Here's everything that was in the box.
So this thing comes with a water tank and a dust tank. The one that's already attached to it, I believe, is the water tank. To remove that, it's just this little button right here, and then it pops out. It holds 260 milliliters of water, and to put it in there, you just lift up this little doodad right here, and then stuff the water into the hole. Eventually, this will have to be cleaned out, so you just push down here on this blue button, this whole thing lifts up, and then it opens even further, like so. You may have noticed a filter over on this side. It just pops out like this. The mop thingy, or as they call it, the rag plate, it attaches onto this tank. So there's these little buttons right here. So you squeeze the buttons, slide it in there, let go, and it snaps into place. So because I have hard water and it's not the best, I'm gonna go ahead and use some distilled water. It does get wet pretty instantly, so I guess I should take it off the table. So this is the 2-in-1 tank. It'll work in sweeping mode and mop mode. But if you just want to vacuum, there's another tank, the dust tank. This one's a little bit simpler. So to empty out all the trash, you just push on this thing and dump it out. On the underside is the filter. To remove that, pull it out like this. And if you're wondering if the filters are washable, they sure are. You can rinse them off, but make sure they're fully dry before you use it again. When using this for the first time, push on the power button for 3 seconds and then manually put the robot into the charging station. Power on. So now you can see some orange lights are kind of fading in and out. It's currently charging. Once it's done charging, I'm gonna let it run around and map out the house.
Start mapping. Open the doors of the rooms you want to create a map of and tidy up the floors.
So there it goes. The cat's not really sure what to think yet. She's curious. I don't think you're supposed to have pets around for this process, but I think it's hilarious, so I'm gonna. The fascination with the device is very strong here, as you can see. She's not running away from it like she normally would from a regular vacuum. So that's great. Oh, I forgot. I should have moved this. What is it, Noah? It seems to be able to travel over the kitchen mat. So that I'm satisfied with, because I don't really want to move it. It gets dirty. It makes it under the couch. It makes it under the hamper. This is good news. So I guess it's gonna roam around back and forth for a bit, try to figure out this house. And yeah. So it's returning to the dock. It just said mapping successful, but it didn't go into one of my bathrooms. Maybe my rugs were too dark. I think the instructions said something about that. So, whoops.
Generating the map.
I thought according to the instructions, it doesn't do anything when it's mapping. It just kind of roams around. But look in here. It looks like it swept a little.
Dustbox has been installed. Please ensure that it is installed in place. Start charging.
Alright, where did I put the remote? Oh.
Start global sweeping. Locating the position of machine, please wait.
And off it goes.
Location has been found.
So it seems to avoid my hairy white rug, which is fine. I struggle vacuuming that thing with any vacuum, and I wouldn't want this vacuum to break on it. So I guess I'll have to take the thing out and beat it the old-fashioned way. Or just get rid of it. I hope Mom's not listening, because she's the one that got me this rug.
Go get it. Go get it. Nala, what do you think about the new vacuum?
What do you think about the new vacuum? What do you think about the new vacuum?
All right, so it docked itself, and now I want to see how much stuff.
Has been removed.
Oh, yes, it has. I want to see how much stuff is in here.
Dust box has been removed. 2-in-1 water tank has been installed. Start global vacuuming and mopping. Location has been found.
With this remote, I can also manually control this, but I'm not really good at it. So these move it back and forth like so, and then this button makes it go forward.
Locating the position of machine, please wait.
If I wanted just to do the edges, I'm going to click on this button.
Start vacuuming and mopping along the edge.
So the time on here, I believe that's how long the thing has been on. I don't know if it's on and running or just on. So 23 minutes so far. Yeah, that doesn't appear to do anything. When I click on this, this is to set a schedule so I can set it for however much time I want it to run for. Down here, this is to adjust the vacuum suction. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear the difference, but this is more suction, even more suction, crazy suction, and then back to light suction. Over here, this one adjusts how much water output there is with the mop. And then the very last button, if you click on this, it returns it home, or it's charge base. There's also an app that goes along with this robot. It's called Shellbot. I couldn't get it to work, maybe because I'm kind of an idiot. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. But if you can get it to work, you're gonna get some additional features that you can do. And one of them is pretty neat. Where is it? Look at that. It's going over the rug. Maybe I shouldn't have it mopping over the rug. I should have moved the rugs. I didn't move the rugs. Anyway, so one of the neat features is you'll actually see the map that it did of the house.
What is it? Get the giant bug.
No? Yeah, you should probably move cables out of the way. Whoops. And yes, of course I did try to get her to ride it, but, well, that didn't go so well.
It's coming. It's coming back. No, over there.
So after mopping the kitchen and the living room In the dining room, it looks like it still has enough water for the bedroom. No, don't go! I would prefer if it just kind of stayed in one room and finished it before it left. But it doesn't do that. Kind of wanders around. But it eventually does make its way back. Alright, so it's done. It returned to the charge base. It seemed to have done everything I wanted it to do except like half the bathroom. I don't know if that's because maybe I got in the way while I was trying to film it in there. I don't know. But yeah, so as soon as it got back, it actually told me to remove the mop because there's constantly water coming out of it, so you don't want that to pool underneath there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and let's see how it did. It takes about 5 hours for it to charge up, and then it's got about 200 minutes of runtime. So I'm gonna compare it to the brand new one, but it's kind of hard to compare because this one's wet and this one's not. And that's how that comes off, pretty easy. Nala, can you please stop rubbing on my tripod? Come here. So there it is. It didn't have too much dust. Cats, they love to be held, don't they? Yep. So there wasn't too much dust and hair and crap that it picked up because this is the third time I'm running it. I ran it twice on sweep and once on mop. So it's definitely gonna make my life a little bit easier, but I'm not gonna get rid of my vacuum yet. There's definitely some tight areas it's not gonna get into, and it doesn't go over really thick rugs. So the rugs, I'll be vacuuming myself. But it will reduce the amount of vacuuming and mopping that I have to do, so that's pretty awesome. One little concern that I do have is for these little sweeper doodads. I'm so glad they provide an extra one because the cat really loves to chew on this while the vacuum is in the charge base. I could just remove it while it's charging. That is an option. So overall, it gets a lot of my job done while I sit there and do nothing. Although when it comes into the room where I'm sitting and doing nothing, I do tend to move the chair around so that I can get all the chip crumbs that I left behind. So that's it. If you're interested in the Shellbot SL60 robot vacuum cleaner / mop thing, then check out the link below in the video's description. The link can be found, there's usually like a little triangle or arrow thing, whatever, over here. Click on that and you'll see the video's description. So that's it. That's it. Time for my cheesy outro. Toodaloo-lee-loo. Bye.